ADW Hatred Slam 19th show of 2022 by Colton Dennis. Hello everyone and welcome to the 19th show of Hatred Slam, where tonight I heard that there might be a few Blood Rumble wrestlers showing up, said announcer number 1. Well, we'll be prepared this time, because at the last show before Battle of the Shows, Hatred Slam attacked them, said announcer number 2. But they got revenge at their show too, said announcer number 1. Music is playing. Hey, it's the Transcontinental Champion, said announcer number 2. Price appears walking down the ramp, stops in the middle of it, then raises his title. The crowd is booing. Price smiles, walks up the steel stairs, then goes through the middle rope. Well, congratulations to Price. He's now the longest reigning Transcontinental Champion. Even though him and his opponents were attacked at the last pay-per-view, said announcer number 1. Yeah, he never got to defend the title because of that attack, which we found out was beast. But I wonder why he's out here, asked announcer number 2. Music stops playing. Price is holding a microphone. Well. Who do we have here? Oh, we have the longest reigning Transcontinental Champion ever. The man that held this title since he was picked to be on Hatred Slam. You know, they have a saying. It goes a little something like this. And quote, good guys finish last. And quote, Price looks at his title. Well, I guess that makes me the baddest person on here. Because I've got this, said Price, holding up his title. The crowd continues booing. Well, he is definitely arrogant again, said announcer number 1. So now, since I got that over with, even though I'm the star of this show, me and everyone else in the back heard that a few Blood Rumble wrestlers are gonna be here. Well, I definitely saw their new ladies champion Gemini backstage, because she'll be facing off against our champion, Moxie, in a captain versus captain match, which everyone knows that we're gonna win. So, which brings me to the other Blood Rumble wrestlers. I know I'm ready to fight. So, which Blood Rumble rookie wants to face a real champion? Come on out, said Price. And Dennis appears walking into the stage. Excuse me, everyone. Sorry for interrupting. Price, I want to first congratulate you on holding the Transcontinental Championship for as long as you did, said Anne. Why, thank you, Miss Dennis. But I asked for a Blood Rumble rookie to come out, said Price. Well, the second reason I came out here was to say I wasn't planning on having you fighting tonight, but I guess I could change the match I have in mind. So, you're looking for a fight, right? Asked Anne. Yes, Miss Dennis. Are there any Blood Rumble rookies in the back? Or are they too afraid to fight a real champion? Asked Price. All right, Price. You've made your point. I'll find one of those so-called and quote rookies and quote. Then I'll send them your way. Just give me a second, said Anne, walking through the curtain. I really hope Price just didn't put his foot into his mouth, said announcer number 2. Price continues standing in the ring, then continues staring up at the ramp. Is there anyone that wants to fight a real champion? Asked Price. The suspense is killing me. Who's gonna answer the challenges? Asked announcer number 1. That's what I thought, said Price, starting to walk towards the ropes. Music is playing. What? No way, said announcer number 2. Dynamite appears running down the ramp, then slides into the ring. Dynamite has answered the challenge. Price, good luck, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing the challengers. First, representing Blood Rumble, Dynamite, and his opponent, He is the Transcontinental Champion. Price, said announcer number 3. Price holds up his title, then hands it to referee number 1. Referee number 1 hands the title to number 1. Bell dings. Price is nodding his head, then runs at Dynamite. Dynamite continuously clotheslines Price. Price rolls outside of the ring, then looks at Dynamite. All right. I got you. I understand you now. Price slides into the ring, stands up, then runs at Dynamite. Dynamite continuously clotheslines Price again. Price stands up, then turns around. Dynamite goes to punch Price. Price falls onto the mat, then rolls outside of the ring again. I'm smarter than that. I'm not dumb, said Price. Price can't get the momentum, said announcer number 2. Wait a little bit. Remember, he is the longest reigning Transcontinental Champion, said announcer number 1. Both announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 start laughing. Price is staring at the crowd. The crowd is booing. Shut up, said Price. Dynamite bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then does a suicide dive onto Price. Price goes into the barricade, then groans. Dynamite high fives the audience members. Dynamite loves having fun, said announcer number 2. Dynamite grabs Price, then throws him into the ring. Price rolls, then stops. Dynamite climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Price slowly standing up. Dynamite jumps up, then does a springboard crossbody onto Price. 1, 2. Price kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. That was close, said announcer number 1. Dynamite picks Price up. Price punches Dynamite's left side. Dynamite groans. Price whips Dynamite, then bends over. Dynamite bounces off of the ropes, then kicks Price's chest. Price groans, then stands up. Dynamite drop kicks Price. Price falls onto the mat, then rolls outside of the ring. Man, Price ain't getting anywhere with Dynamite, said announcer number 2. Dynamite is watching Price bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes for a suicide dive again. Price looks at Dynamite, then quickly hits him with a forearm. Dynamite groans, then falls onto the ledge of the ring. Price grabs Dynamite. Move, said Price. Announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 move. Price throws Dynamite over the announce table. Dynamite lands onto the announcer's chairs, then he groans. What a landing by Dynamite, said announcer number 1. Price approaches Dynamite, picks him up, walks, then throws him into the ring. Dynamite stops rolling. Price slides into the ring. Man, did you see how Price just threw Dynamite over our announce table, said announcer number 2. Yeah, and usually big people do that. Price has to be stronger than he looks, said announcer number 1. Price stands up, picks Dynamite up, kicks his stomach, runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a knee lift onto him. Dynamite falls onto the mat, then groans. What a knee lift, said announcer number 2. Price covers Dynamite's 1, 2. Dynamite kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Count faster, ref, said Price standing up, picking Dynamite up, lifting, then slamming him onto the mat. Dynamite groans. Price runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does in elbow drop onto Dynamite. Dynamite groans. Price covers Dynamite. 1, 2. Dynamite kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Come on, ref. A slug could count faster than you, said Price. Watch it, Price. You could be disqualified, said announcer number 2. Price stands up, picks Dynamite up, then whips him into the corner. Dynamite groans. Price runs at Dynamite. Dynamite boots Price. Price groans. Dynamite jumps onto the second rope. Price turns around. Dynamite jumps off the second rope then does a flipping neckbreaker onto Price. Price groans. Nice neckbreaker by Dynamite, said announcer. Number 1. Dynamite covers Price. 1, 2. Price kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Dynamite stands up. Picks Price up, then whips him into the corner. Price groans. Dynamite runs at Price. Price lifts Dynamite over the top rope. Dynamite lands onto the ledge of the ring. Price turns around, then goes to punch Dynamite. Dynamite ducks. Price spins around. Dynamite wraps his hands around Price's head. Price breaks the hold, then pushes Dynamite off of the ledge of the ring. Dynamite lands onto the floor, hits his head, then groans. Oh, Dynamite just hit his head onto the floor, said announcer. Number 1. Yeah, hope he's alright. I'm guessing Dynamite was trying to go for a neckbreaker, said announcer number 2. Price rolls outside of the ring, then approaches Dynamite. Dynamite stands up. Price runs, then clotheslines Dynamite. Dynamite lands onto the floor, then groans. I'm the only real champion, said Price, holding up his arms. The crowd is booing. He's not wrong for holding their Transcontinental Championship the longest, said announcer number 1. Announcer number 2 smirks. Get in the ring now, Price, said referee number 1. Shut up, said Price, approaching Dynamite. Dynamite does a back body drop onto Price. Price lands onto the floor, then groans. Oh man, what a back body drop, said announcer number 2. Looks like Dynamite is still in this match, said announcer number 1. Dynamite stands up. 5, 6. Dynamite slides into the ring. 7, 8, said referee number 1. Price stands up, then slides into the ring. Just made it in time, said announcer number 2. Both Dynamite and Price stand up. Price punches Dynamite. Dynamite staggers, then punches Price. Price staggers, then punches Dynamite. Dynamite staggers, then punches Price. Price staggers into the ropes, then boots Dynamite. Dynamite falls onto the mat, then groans. What a boot, said announcer number 1. Price covers Dynamite. 1, 2. Dynamite kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. This is a great match, said announcer number 2. Yeah, it is. You? No, I'm wondering, does Price still think Blood Rumble wrestlers are rookies? Asked announcer number 1. I have no idea, but if he does, he's the real rookie, said announcer number 2. Price stands up, then picks Dynamite up. Dynamite punches Price's stomach. Price groaning. Dynamite stands up, then continuously punches Price. Price continuously groaning, then kicks Dynamite's left leg. Dynamite falls onto his knees. Price does on snap DDT onto Dynamite. Dynamite groans. Price covers Dynamite. 1, 2. Dynamite kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Price holding his head. Price is thinking. And what else could I do just to put Dynamites away? And said announcer number 1. Dynamite ain't no rookie, Price, said announcer number 2. Price stands up, walks towards the corner, then waves at Dynamite. Get up, said Price. I think Price wants to put this away, said announcer number 1. Dynamite stands up. Price runs at Dynamite, then goes for a jumping leg lariat onto him. Dynamite lifts Price over his head. Price lands onto the mat, then groans. Oh, that could break your ass bone, said announcer number 2. Dynamite looks at Price. Price slowly stands up, then turns. Dynamite grabs Price's right arm and twists it, kicks his stomach, then puts right leg on the back of his neck. "Here it comes," said announcer number 1. Dynamite plants Price's face onto the mat, then covers him. "This is it," said announcer number 2. 1, 2. Price barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. "Oh my God, Price kicked out of Dynamite's finisher," said announcer number 1. "He must really be the greatest transcontinental champion ever," said announcer number 2. Dynamite stands up, bends over, then grabs Price. Price headbutts Dynamite. Dynamite groans, then falls onto the mat. "Man, what a headbutt," said announcer number 1. Price rolls outside of the ring, stands up, then approaches the bell area. "Give me my title," said Price, grabbing his title, then walks away. "Where's Price going?" asked announcer number 2. "He's walking out of the match," said announcer number 1. "And he's the one that calls himself the only real champion," said announcer number 2. Price walking up ramp. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. "Ring the bell," said referee number 1. "Bell dings. Here's your winner by count out, Dynamite," said announcer number 3. "Dynamite wins by count out," said announcer number 1. "Yeah, but guess who's still the longest reigning transcontinental champion ever?" asked announcer number 2. Both announcer number 1 and announcer number 2 start laughing. Dynamite is staring at Price. Price holds up his title. "Well, folks, we made it to the main event," said announcer number 1. "That's right, captain versus captain," said announcer number 2. "Bell dings. This match is scheduled for one fall and is a captain versus captain match. Introducing first, representing Blood Rumble. She is the ladies' champion, Gemini. Gemini raises her title. And her opponent, representing Hatred Slam. She is the XX champion, Moxie," said announcer number 3. Moxie raises her title. "I can't wait for this match. These two must really be great, because they beat 2 women who held those titles for a while," said announcer number 1. "That's true. I guarantee this match is gonna tear the house down," said announcer number 2. Bell dings. Both Gemini and Moxie are walking around the ring. Stop, then lock up. Moxie pushes Gemini into the corner. Gemini raises her hands. Moxie raises her hands, looks at Gemini, then walks backwards. "I think these two have a lot of respect for one another," said announcer number 1. "I believe that too. But tonight, it's about their shows," said announcer number 2. Both Gemini and Moxie lock up again. Moxie pushes Gemini towards the corner again. Gemini goes underneath Moxie's right arm, then wraps her arms around her waist. Moxie tries reaching for Gemini. "Nice reversal by Gemini," said announcer number 1. Moxie continues reaching for Gemini, wraps her right leg around hers, then does a drop toe hold onto her. Gemini lands face first onto the mat. Moxie climbs over Gemini's body, then locks in a headlock. Gemini is groaning. "Nice move by Moxie," said announcer number 2. Gemini continues struggling, then slowly stands up. Moxie tightens the headlock. Gemini punches Moxie's stomach. Moxie groans. Gemini bounces Moxie off of the ropes. Moxie bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then shoulder blocks Gemini. Gemini falls onto the mat. Moxie bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring, then jumps over Gemini. Gemini quickly stands, then goes for a jumping cutter onto Moxie. Moxie pushes Gemini. Gemini quickly turns around. Moxie clotheslines Gemini. Gemini groans, then sits up onto the mat. Moxie pushes Gemini onto the mat, then covers her. 1, 2. Gemini kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Moxie picks Gemini up, then whips her. Gemini reverses it. Moxie goes into the corner. Gemini runs at Moxie, then does a corner clothesline onto her. Moxie groans, then falls onto the mat. Gemini covers Moxie. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Gemini stands up, picks Moxie up, sets her up, then suplexes her. Nice suplex, said announcer number 1. Moxie is groaning. Gemini covers Moxie. 1, 2. Moxie kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Got to do more than that to Moxie, Gemini, said announce number 1. Gemini stands up, goes through the middle rope, then starts climbing up the turnbuckle. Moxie looks up at Gemini. Quickly stands up, runs up the turnbuckle, then knees her jaw. Gemini groans, falls onto the ledge of the ring, then rolls onto the floor. What a knee by Moxie, said announcer number 2. That's how she won the Battle Royale. To be the last person in the gauntlet match, said announce number 1. Moxie rolls outside of the ring, grabs Gemini, then picks her up. Gemini appears limp. Gemini is out of it, said announcer number 2. Moxie lifts Gemini onto the ledge of the ring, then rolls her onto the ring. Gemini stops rolling. Moxie slides into the ring, then covers Gemini. This could be it, said announcer number 1. 1, 2. Gemini kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. So close, said announcer number 2. Moxie stands up, then nods her head. All right, said Moxie, picking Gemini up. Gemini slowly stands up, moves Moxie's arms, then does a jumping cutter onto her. Gemini got her move. Moxie didn't even see that coming, said announcer number 1. Are you kidding me? No one saw that coming. Everyone thought Gemini was knocked out, said announcer number 2. Well, they're both down right now, said announcer number 1. Gemini slowly crawls towards Moxie, then puts her right arm onto her. 1, 2. Moxie barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. How'd Moxie kick out of that? Asked announcer number 2. I'm thinking Gemini didn't get the full jumping cutter. I don't think she fully locked her arm around Moxie's head. Both Gemini and Moxie are slowly moving, then standing up. Gemini looks at Moxie getting up, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Moxie does a quick scoop power slam onto Gemini, then covers her. 1, 2. Gemini kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. That was so close. How's Gemini still in this thing? Asked announcer number 1. Moxie stands up, then picks Gemini up. Gemini moves Moxie's arms, then goes for a jumping cutter onto her again. Moxie pushes Gemini. Gemini stops, then turns around. Moxie does a bicycle knee to Gemini. Gemini groans, then falls onto the mat. The knee connects, said announcer number 2. Why? Ain't Moxie going for the cover? Asked announcer number 1. Moxie goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Oh, you know what's coming up, don't you? Asked announcer number 2. Moxie gets to the top turnbuckle, walks along the top rope, jumps off of it, then does an elbow drop onto Gemini. Moxie beat Gemini, said announcer number 1. Moxie covers Gemini. 1, 2. Gemini barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. What? How'd she kick out of that move? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know. Everyone is shocked. Just like how Moxie kicked out of Gemini's jumping cutter, said announcer number 1. Moxie stands up, picks Gemini up, lifts, then slams her onto the mat. Gemini groans. Moxie goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle again. Moxie's going for it again, said announcer number 2. Moxie walks along the top rope, jumps off of it, then goes for a LN elbow drop onto Gemini. Gemini quickly gets up, then does a cutter onto Moxie. The cutter, Gemini connected with her cutter, said announcer number 1. Gemini covers Moxie. 1, 2. Desire and Divine slide into the ring, then land onto Gemini. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Here's your winner by disqualification, Gemini, said announcer number 3. Both Desire and Divine continue kicking Gemini. Both Raven and Tempest appear running down the ramp, slide into the ring, then attack both Desire and Divine. It's an all-out battle, said announcer number 1. Desire goes to punch Raven. Raven ducks. Desire turns around. Raven kicks Desire's stomach, sets her up, then does a double arm underhook facebuster onto her. Desire groans. Divine bounces Tempest off of the ropes, then goes to punch her. Tempest ducks, then bounces off of the ropes again. Divine turns around. Tempest does a diving forearm onto Divine. Divine groans. Moxie hits Tempest. Tempest goes through the middle rope. Raven goes to punch Moxie. Moxie ducks. Raven turns around. Moxie does a bicycle knee onto Raven. Raven groans, then falls through the middle ropes. Moxie turns around. Gemini does a jumping cutter onto Moxie. Moxie groans. Gemini stands, then rolls outside of the ring. Gemini, Raven and Tempest are walking up the ramp. Desire, Divine and Moxie are groaning. Man, look what they did to each other, said announcer number 2. It's unbelievable. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there. And good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye. Don't forget the second annual Battle of the Shows is coming up, said announcer number 2, waving. Desire, Divine and Moxie looking up at Gemini, Raven and Tempest. Gemini raises her title. The end.